November 2024, Donald Trump makes a threat that sends shockwaves through the global economy. 100% tariffs on all BRICS nations. But here's what everyone missed. This wasn't just about tariffs. This is about something far more dangerous. The beginning of the biggest currency war in human history. And now, with Nigeria joining the BRICS just weeks ago, we are witnessing a chess move that could change everything. But before I show you why this matters more than anyone realizes, let me ask you something. What will happen if every African country suddenly stopped using the US dollar? Impossible, right? Well, that's what exactly is starting to happen, and the implications are staggering. Right now, BRICS represents 54% of the world's population, over 40% of global GDP, and control of critical resources that the West can't function without. But here is what makes this moment different from anything we have seen before, and why Trump's threats might have just backfired in the most spectacular way possible. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you why this could be the most important geopolitical shift in our lifetime. But first, we need to understand what really happened in 1944 that set this whole thing in motion. Bretton Woods, 1944. The US dollar becomes the world's reserve currency. But here's what the history books don't tell you. While Europe was rebuilding from World War II, the US was building something far more powerful, a financial empire that would control global trade for the next 80 years. Fast forward to 2024, BRICS nations aren't just getting bigger, they are getting smarter, and Trump's threat, it just exposed America's biggest fear. Look at the numbers. 97% of Indian rupee trades involve the dollar. 86% of India's exports are all in dollars. Yet only 15% of India's trade go to America. Think about that for a second. Why will countries trade with each other using America's currency? The answer reveals something crucial about global power. And this brings us to Nigeria's brilliant move in January 2025. Now, before I continue, I want you to listen to this video.
Given our GDP in Africa compared to Ethiopia, compared to even South Africa, is it a partner country that befits us? No. We should have been part of the original members of BRICS.
Now, most people think like this, that why did Nigeria not just go straight to be a full member? But then, Nigeria and the BRICS made a very smart move by making Nigeria a partner and 9 other countries. And I'm going to tell you exactly why in this video. In a moment, I will show you why being a BRICS partner might actually be more powerful than being a member. But first, there is something you need to understand about Trump's 100% tariff threat. This isn't about trade. It's about the three things that are keeping the dollar in power and how BRICS is systematically dismantling each one. Let's break down the three pillars of dollar dominance that BRICS is targeting. First, we have SWIFT, the messaging system controlling global payments. Second, we have commodity pricing in dollars. And third, we have the IMF and the World Bank lending power. These are the three pillars of the dollars. What makes the dollar so powerful? These are the three things. But here is where it gets interesting. BRICS isn't trying to dismantle these pillars. They are building alternatives around them. By 2024, China reduced its dollar use in trade to 47%. But watch this. In the same period, their trade with Africa increased by 180%. Can it be a coincidence? It can't be a coincidence. A drop in its dollar usage by 47% and its increase in trade with African countries by 180%. It's not a coincidence. Now ask yourself, What happens when the world's largest population centers start trading with their own currencies? When oil is not priced in dollars, he is not really targeting BRICS with his tariff. He's targeting something much more bigger, what financial experts call the Great Monetary Shift. And this is why Nigeria's partnership status is generous. They get all the benefits of BRICS cooperation while staying under the radar of Western economic pressure. And that's not just Nigeria alone. There are 9 other countries that have taken this path to be partners with BRICS, but not full members. And I've said it is not the countries alone who decided, but it's a method that BRICS is using to expand in a very soft way. But here's what makes this moment so critical. BRICS isn't just challenging the dollar. They are rewriting the rules of global trade, and they are doing it in 3 phases. In a moment, I will show you exactly how these phases work and why the 3rd phase could change everything. But first, let's try to look at what happens to a country when it tries to break away from the dollar system. This isn't new, right? We've seen what happens to countries when they try to break away from the CFA system. I've seen that already in this channel, right? If you want to know more about that, just go in the videos under the strategic lens. I'm building a series of geopolitical videos in this channel called the strategic lens. Just go there, you watch the videos, and you're going to understand what happens when you try to leave power. In Africa, we have a proverb that says, power is not given, it is seized. So it's not easy for somebody to just give you power. You need to seize your power. And for you to seize your power, the person needs to fight back, right? So we are going to see exactly what happens to countries who once tried to leave the dollar system. And you understand why the BRICS and many other countries have to expand with caution. So let's look at what happens to countries when they tried to break free from the dollar system. Russia tried in 2022. Iran tried before that. But here's what makes BRICS approach different. They are not just creating alternatives, they are building an entire parallel system. Think about this. The new development bank by the BRICS is not competing with the World Bank. It's ignoring it completely. Look at these trade patterns. BRICS internal trade up by 46% in 2024. Local currency settlements increased by 28%. Cross-border payment systems now covering 47% of their trade. But here's where BRICS could fail. The West isn't just standing still. They have 3 countermeasures. Control over global technology patterns, dominance in semiconductor manufacturing, and the ability to weaponize the financial system. So ask yourself, can the BRICS really compete when the West controls these crucial elements? Now, this is where Trump's threat becomes fascinating, because he might have just forced the BRICS to accelerate their most powerful strategy. BRICS' most powerful strategy is creating what I called the silent economy. Instead of fighting the dollar head-on, they are creating something far more potent. And 3 elements make this unstoppable. We have regional manufacturing hubs, commodity-backed trade, and local currency settlements. By 2026, we would see something unprecedented, a world where global trade doesn't flow through a single system. And this is why Trump's threat might backfire. Now, what does this mean for you? There are 3 things you need to prepare for. You need to prepare for increased regional trade opportunities, new investment channels opening up, and shifting global power dynamics. Now, here's what you can do right now. Watch countries joining BRICS as partners and not just members. You need to pay attention to new regional payment systems. And what you need to remember is that the dollar trap isn't about currency. It's about control. And for the first time in 80 years, that control is slipping. And the question isn't whether this change is coming. The question is, which side of history would you be on when it arrives? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think Trump's threat will speed up or slow down the BRICS expansion. My name is Asangwet Luis, and you are watching the Strategic Lens on Africa Today. If you haven't subscribed or liked the video, I don't know what you're waiting for. See you in my next video. Ciao.